Hello. Hello, and welcome to tonight's matchup between the Immanuel Lancers and the Whitehall Norse. Taking the tip will be number 10, Killian, and number 12, Wales. Pass tipped over to number 34, Klatt, and she will pass it over to number 5, Youngbauer. And she will travel, and the Lancers will take it up the floor. Passing in is Carstensen. Nope, Nelner. Pass in to Gurgle, and Gurgle will take it up the floor. Makes a move, gonna drive in. All the way in, and pass over to Xemba. Xemba down low to Carstensen. Carstensen puts it up, too hard off the glass, rebounded by Wales. Wales gonna pass out to Nelner. Nelner gonna drive around, and pass out to Wales. Wales fakes, gonna pass it on to Xemba. Xemba puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Lancers leading early by 2 with 17:30 left. Klatt up top, gonna pass over to Sensala. She'll drive around and pass over to Youngbauer. Pulls up on a 3. Gonna bounce out the back of the rim, rebounded by Wales. Tipped around, she'll get it back, and pass over to Nelner. And Nelner will take it up the floor. Gonna drive around to the corner, cut out, and pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle fakes, gonna drive in. Pass over to Wales. She puts it up, gets blocked from behind by Killian. She'll pass up to Sensala. She's gonna drive around, pass over to Youngbauer, tip, and foul on Carstensen. Youngbauer will pass it in to Killian. Pass over back to Youngbauer. She'll put it up. Gets blocked. Gonna tip around. Shot by Killian won't fall. Nelner will take it up the floor. Got a one-on-one. Puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Sent up to Youngbauer. Gonna drive all the way in. Put it up. Too hard off the glass. Rebounded and tipped away by Gurgle. Pass up to Nelner. Nelner's got a one-on-one again. Bounce gonna bounce out again. Rebounded and sent over to Segula. Stolen away by Carstensen. Carstensen pass up to Nelner. Fake to 3, gonna pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle at long 2. Gonna bounce out. Rebounded by Gurgle herself. Gonna pass out to Nelner. Nelner scanning. Gonna pass over to Wales. Pass tips, she'll get it anyway. Pass up to Gurgle. Gurgle drives in, has a lane, puts it up, gets blocked from behind. And out of bounds off the Lancers. Segula will pass it into Sensala. Nope, Youngbauer. And she will take it up the floor. Pass over to Sensala. She'll drive around. Gets stuck, gonna pass out to Youngbauer. Pass down low, and it's blocked from behind by Wales. Out of bounds off Killian. Nelner will pass it in. And some press by the Norse. Gets it into Kazumba. Over to Nelner. Nelner gonna drive around. Pass up to Kazumba. Over to Wales. Wales fakes. Gonna pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives around. Gonna pass out to Wales. Over to Nelner. Nelner gets the screen, gonna drive around, and pass up to Gurgle. Gurgle gonna try to cut in, cuts out, gonna pass over to Carstensen. Carstensen drives in. Gonna pass out to Wales. Wales a 3. And gonna bounce out. Rebounded by Youngbauer. She'll try to push the floor. Gets stopped by Gurgle, and she'll pass over to Sensala. She'll drive in. Puts it up, gets blocked from behind by Carstensen, but a foul. Sensala will shoot 2. Her first will fall. Sluga will enter for Segula, and Radical enters for Carstensen, who has 2 fouls. Sensala second. Will fall as well. Press of the game at 2 apiece with 15 minutes left. More press by the Norse. Nelner will pass it in to Kazemba. Gonna take it up the floor. Pass high up to get Radical. Too far. She cannot save it. Pass into Sluga, and she will take it up the floor. Sends it over to Youngbauer. She'll get a screen. Gonna try to push it in. Pass off of Wales' foot. Picked up and sent up by Sluga too far. Rebounded by Radical. Sent out to Gurgle. Gurgle will take it up the floor. Has Kazemba on the side. And is fouled. Nelner will pass it in to Wales. Wales going to drive around, cut out, and pass over to Nelner. Nelner drives in. Gets stuck, going to pass out to Radical. Radical over to Wales. Wales going to drive in and pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives around. Pass out to Radical. Radical down low to Kazemba. Kazemba out to Wales. Wales fakes a 3. And going to pass over to Nelner. Nelner going to drive around, get the screen. All the way in, puts it up, gets blocked from behind. Out of bounds off Lancers. Pass to Youngbauer, and she will take it up the floor. High up to Sensala. She'll drive around. Pass over to Youngbauer. Youngbauer a 3. Off the corner of the rim. Rebounded by Radical. Radical over to Gurgle, and Gurgle will take it up the floor. Gonna pass over to Radical. Radical over to Wales. Wales up top. Gonna try to drive in. Has a lane. Puts it up. And she's got it off the glass. Lancers leading by 2 with 4-2 with 13:33 left. Youngbauer up top. Sends it over to Sluga. She'll drive in. Cut out. Take a 3. And she's got it. Gives the Norse a 1-point lead, 5-4. Pass on to Wales. Wales up the floor. Fake's gonna pass over to Nelner. Get the screen. Cuts in, cuts out. Drives around and pass over to Wales. Wales down low to Radical, too far. Coburn will enter for Klatt. And pass into Slugger, and she will take it up the floor. Sends it over to Sensala. Over to Coburn. Down low, tipped, and stolen away by Gurgle. Gurgle will drive out. And take it up the floor. Pass over to Radical. Up top to Nelner. Gonna drive around, cut out, and pass over to Kazemba. Out to Nelner. Drives around, all the way in. It's blocked from behind, but fouled. Nelner will shoot 2, her first. Will fall. Catches the game at 5 apiece. Eden will enter for Killian. And Nelner second. Will fall as well. Extends lead to 1. Pass over to Sensala. Over to Coburn. Back up top to Sensala. All the way over to Slugga. She'll drive in. Puts it up, gets blocked by Kazemba. She'll get it back. And pass out to Eden. She'll cut out, gets stripped from behind by Kazemba. Kazemba loses it, she'll get it back. Pass out the floor to Radical. Radical's got a one-on-one, has the lead, puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Lancers leading by 3, 8-5. Pass over, Sensala 3. That's going to tip out, rebounded by Kazemba. Come up before the Radical. She'll try again. She's got a one-on-one again. She puts it up, and it's fouled from behind. Radical will go to the line and shoot to a chance to extend the lead to 5. Radicals first. Will fall. Sends lead to 4. Segula will enter for Sensawa. And Radical will shoot her second. That'll bounce off the front of the rim. Rebound by Segula. She will take it up the floor. Gonna cut out. Get stuck and gonna pass over to Slugga. She'll drive around, take a mid-range jumper. Rims out, rebounded by Gurgle. Gurgle gonna try to push the floor. Gonna cut out. And pass over to Radical. Radical down low to Wales. Wales puts it up and she's got it off the glass. Nice find by Radical, nice finish by Wales. Lancers leading by 6, 11-5 with 11:10 left. Pass half the floor, stolen away, but foul on Kazumba. Killian and Klatt will enter for Slugga and Eden. And Youngbauer will pass it in from the corner to Klatt. She will take it the rest of the way. Drive around, gets a screen. Gonna cut back out. Get stuck. Radical closely on her. Gonna pass it over to Segula. Up top to Youngbauer. Down low to Killian. She'll drive in. Puts it up. Too hard off the glass. Rebounded by Ksemba. Ksemba up the floor to Nelner. Nelner's got a one-on-one with Youngbauer. Gonna cut out. Take a 3. And that's gonna fall. Lancers leading by 9. 14-5. High up the floor. Youngbauer pass over to Klatt. Klatt a 3. That one's gonna bounce out. Rebounded by Radical. Radical high up the floor to Nelner. Picked off. Sends it down low. And Killian's got it off the glass. And a timeout by the Norse. 17-7, 10-point lead for the Lancers with 10:15 left in the first half. Nelner will pass up to Radical. Radical will pass over to Nelner. And over and back. It is 14-7. Lancers only up by 7. Klatt up top. Sends it over to Segula. She'll pass over to Youngbauer. She'll drive around. All the way in, puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Pass on to Gurgle. Gurgle will take it to the floor. Pretzel back off. She'll drive around and pass over to Wales. Wales over to Nelner. Nelner going to drive in. Has a lane. Going to stop and pass out to Radical. Radical's going to put up a jumper. Too far. Tipped out of bounds off Killian. Sensala will enter for Coburn. And Gurgle will pass it in down low. Gets it into Ksemba, tipped out of bounds off Segula. And Nelner will pass it in from the low corner. Sends it in to Gurgle. Gurgle will drive around, make a move, and pass over to Nelner. Nelner will drive up top. Cuts back and pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives all the way around. Gonna cut out. And pass over to Nelner. Nelner drives around. Pass on to Xemba. Xemba drives in, puts up a jumper, and rims around and out. Tipped out and picked up by Sensala. She'll take it up the floor with 9 minutes left, trailing by 5. Pass over to Segula. Segula will drive around. Cut out. And pass over to Killian. Killian drives in, puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Cuts the lead out of 3. Passing to Wales. And Wales will take it up the floor. Pass over to Nelner. Nelner drives in and is fouled. Nelner will pass it in down low. Gets it into Gurgle. Gurgle will drive around. Makes a move. Cuts in, cuts out, and will pass over to Nelner. Nelner up top to Gurgle. Gurgle fakes a 3, gonna drive in, and pass out to Nelner. Nelner gets a screen, gonna drive around, and pass over to Xemba. Xemba up to Gurgle. Gurgle over to Nelner. Nelner fakes, and will pass over to Radical. Down low to Wales. Wales out to Nelner. Nelner gets a screen, gonna drive around, all the way in, puts it up, and tipped out of bounds off Youngbauer. And a timeout by the Lancers. 14-11, 3-point lead for the Lancers with 8:02 left in the first half. Nelner will pass it in. High up to Radical. Radical will drive in. And pass over to Wales. Wales puts it up, and she's got it to fall. Lancers leading by 5, 16-11. Sensala gonna drive around and pass out to Killian. She'll drive in. Puts it up, tipped off the glass, rebounded by Wales and Killian. It'll be a jump ball, and that'll go with the Lancers. Nelner will pass it in down low. Norse will stay in press this time. Gets it into Wales. Wales up to Xemba. Xemba up to Radical. Radical gonna cut out and pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives around all the way in, puts it up, and tipped out. Rebounded by Radical. She puts it up, rims around and out. Rebounded by Killian. Pass over to Sensala. She'll take it up the floor. All the way in, pass down low, and Slug has got it off the glass. Lead back down to 3, 7-10 left. Pass it to Gurgle. Gurgle will drive around. All the way up. Finds a lane. Cuts out and will pass over to Nelner. Nelner will take it back out up top. Get the screen. Gonna take it. And pass out to Xemba. Pass over to Gurgle. Lose it for a second. She'll get it back. Make a move. Drive in. Cut out. Drive back in. Put it up. And it's blocked out of bounds. Radical will pass it in down low. Gets it into Gurgle. Gurgle will drive around. Get the screen. Gonna cut out. And pass over to Nelner. Nelner drives in. Cuts out. And gonna pass it on to Radical. Radical gets stuck. Gonna pass it to Gurgle. Pass tipped. Tipped around. Picked up by Xemba. Xemba over to Nelner. Nelner over to Gurgle. Gurgle at 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Sansala. She's going to push it all the way. Puts it up. Too hard off the glass. Rebounded by Xemba. Xemba out to Gurgle. Gurgle up the floor. She's got Radical. Going to cut out. Can't find her. Going to drive back around. Pass over to Nelner. Nelner down low to Xemba. Xemba going to back out. And pass over to Gurgle. Pass tip. She'll get it back anyway. Fakes a three. And going to pass over to Wales. Wales out to Gurgle. Gurgle up to Nelner, and she'll reset. She'll drive around. Cut out. And pass over to Gurgle. Makes a move. Going to drive around. Gets a screen. Going to drive all the way in. Reverse layup. And going to bounce out. Tipped around. She gets a rebound. Going to pass out to Radical. Radical over to Nelner. Nelner takes a three. Going to drive inside. Put up a jumper. Bounce out. Rebounded by Xemba. Tipped out and in the hands of Killian. And Xemba fouls. Eden will enter for Killian. Xemba now with 2 fouls. Youngbauer up the floor, going to pass over to Slugga. She'll drive around, take a three for the tie. Bounces out. Rebounded, set back up, too hard. Rebounded by Wales. She'll take it up the floor. Pass over to Radical. Radical up the floor. Pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle fakes a three, going to pass along to Wales. Wales up to Nelner. Nelner fakes. And going to pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives in. Puts it up, and fouled from behind. Gurgle will go to the line and shoot 2. Chance to extend the lead to 5. Gurgle's first. Will bounce off the side of the rim. Carstensen will enter for Radical. And Segula will enter for Youngbauer. And Gurgle will shoot her second with 4:59 left. Bounce off side of the rim. Tipped by Xemba. She'll save it. And tipped out in the hands of Segula. Pass over, down low to Eden. Tipped out, rebounded by Gurgle. Ball on the ground. And she travels. Bauer will enter for Xemba. And Sansala will pass it in down low to Coburn. Out to Slugga. Tipped out. She'll get her own rebound, and she's got it off the backboard. Lead down to 1. Passing to Gurgle. Gurgle will drive around. Makes a move. Tries to find a lane. Can't find one. Going to drive out instead. Takes it to the corner. Pass on low to Wales. Wales backs her down. Going to pass out to Gurgle. Gurgle fakes. She'll drive in. All the way in. Reverse layup. And going to bounce around and out. Tipped around and rebounded by Segula. She'll pass out to Slugga. And a timeout by the Norse. 16-15, 1-point lead for the Lancers with 4:15 left. Score on the boys' varsity game against Gilmanton is 41-39 with 12:15 left. Lancers currently up by 2. Sansala will pass it in to Slugga. And she will take it up the floor, trailing by 1 with 4:10 left. Makes a move. Gonna back around. All the way in. And loses it out of bounds, lands her ball. Carstensen will pass it into Wales. Back over to Carstensen. And she will take it up the floor. Makes a move, gonna drive around. Cuts back, drives in, and it'll pass out to Nelner. Nelner fakes, gonna bounce out, take a long two. Rims around and out. Rebounded by Killian, pass out to Sensala. Up to Coburn, she'll drive all the way in. Cuts out, gonna pass out to Sensala. Sensala 3. Rims out, rebounded by Coburn. Gonna try to drive in, stripped by Wales. And pass over to Nelner. Nelner will drive around. Pass over to Carstensen. Down low to Wales. Out to Bauer. Bauer over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives around. Going to pass over to Carstensen. Down low to Wales. Nice find. And gets the finish to fall. Lancers back up by 3. 18-15 with 3:10 left. Pass high up the floor. Down low to Eden. Makes a move. Drives inside. Puts it up. Too hard off the glass. Tipped out of bounds. Off the Norse. Lancer ball. Klatt and Youngbauer will enter for Sensala and Slugga. And Gurgle will take it up the floor. Gonna drive around. And pass on a little Wales. Wales backs her down. Gonna pass over to Bauer. Bauer up to Gurgle. Gurgle drives around. Pass over to Nelner. Nelner will drive in, cut out. Drives back in, gets stuck, gonna pass over to Wales, pass stolen away. And jump ball, that'll go with the Norse. Segula will enter for Coburn. And Youngbauer will take it up the floor, 2:40 left, trailing by 3. Gonna drive all the way in, has a lane, puts it up. And she's got it off the glass. Cuts the lead down to 1. Wales pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle up the floor. Gonna make a move. Drives around. And gonna pass out to Carstensen off her face. Rebounded by Gurgle. Gurgle makes a move. Drives inside. And is fouled. The 6th. Carstensen will pass it in down low. Gets it into Wales. Wales out to Gurgle. Gurgle back over to Nelner. Nelner 3. That one's going to bounce out. Rebounded by Wales. She'll put it back up. Too hard off the glass. Rebounded and send over to Segula. Chance for the lead here for the Norse. Pass up to Youngbauer. Down low to Killian. And she's got it off the glass. Norse now up by 1 with 2 minutes left. Press backs off. Gurgle pass out to Carstensen. Carstensen up the floor. Going to drive around. Gets a screen. Drives all the way in. Pass out to Bauer. Tipped off her hands. And out of bounds, Norse ball. Pass down low. Klatt underneath the basket, and she is fouled. Nope, travels. Carstensen up top. Gonna hand it off to Gurgle. Gurgle hand off to Bauer. Bauer down low to Wales. Wales down low to Nelner. Nelner puts it up and rims out. Rebounded by Killian, tipped around, ball on the floor. Wales picks it up. Gonna hand off to Nelner. Nelner gonna drive in, puts it up, and she's got it in 1. Lancers back up by 1. Chance to cut it to 2, extend it to 2. Nelner's first and only. Will bounce out. Rebounded by Klatt. She'll slow it down. Trailing by 1 with 1:10 left. Gonna drive in. Cuts out. Stolen away by Carstensen. And she is fouled. Carstensen will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Sensala will enter for Segula. And Carstensen will shoot her first, could be her only. Her first. will bounce around and in. Extends the lead to 102 left. Carstensen second. Will bounce off the back of the rim. Rebounded and sent up to Segula. Pass over to Klatt. Down low. And Killian's got it off the glass. Nice sequence. Game tied at 21. Gurgle up the floor. 50 seconds left. Gonna drive around. All the way in and pass it to Bauer. Bauer over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives in. Gets stuck and jump ball. That'll stay with the Lancers. Milner will pass it in down low. Out to Carstensen. She'll dribble out, dribble around, and it's fouled. And she will go to the line and shoot another 1-and-1. Sluggo will enter for Youngbauer, who has 3 fouls. Carstensen's first. Will fall. Gives the Lancers a 1-point lead. Radical will enter for Bauer. And Carstensen will shoot her second. Off the back of the rim, tipped around, and out of bounds off Killian. Milner will pass it in from the corner. Gets it into Carstensen. Gonna drive around and send it down low to Wales. Sorry, Radical. Radical over to Wales. Pass tipped and stolen over by Killian. Pass up the floor. Klatt will take it up. 23 seconds left. Sends it over to Eden. Eden a jumper. Air balls. Out of bounds off Killian. Lancer ball with 17.5 seconds left. Lancers up by 1. Milner will pass it in down low. Lots of press. Pass it into Wales. Wales up to Radical. Radical back over to Wales. 13 seconds left. Wales up top. 10 seconds left. Gonna drive around and pass over to Nelner. 8 seconds left. 6 seconds left. 5 seconds left. 4, 3. Pass over to Wales. 2. Over to Gurgle. 1. Puts it up. And off the backboard. Lancers 1-point lead at the half. 22-21. Score on the Varsity game. 52-52 with 7:38 left in the game. on the varsity boys game. We are currently trailing by 7, 66-59 with 3:20 left. Pass into Youngbauer, and she will pass it over. Tipped away Carstensen, out of bounds off her. That'll be Norse ball. Sensala will pass it in from the high corner. Pass it in down low to Killian. She'll drive all the way in, puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Cuts the lead down to 1. Pass on to Gurgle. Gurgle will take it up the floor. Gurgle drives in. Pass over to Wales. She puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Lancers retake a 1-point lead. Youngbauer up top. Sends it over to Klatt. Back down low to Youngbauer. She'll drive in, make a move, and too low. Tipped by Youngbauer. She'll save it and send it over to Sensala. Pass tipped. And out of bounds off the Norse. Gurgle will take it up the floor. Pass over to Carstensen. Down low to Xemba. Xemba puts it up. And she's got it off the glass. Lancers now up by 6. Youngbauer up the floor. Fake's gonna pass down low. She's got Klatt, and she travels. Pass on to Gurgle, and she will take it up the floor. Over to Carstensen. She'll send it over to Nelner. Down low to Wales. She gets stripped and picked up by Sensala. Sends it over to Klatt. Klatt drives in. All the way in, reverse layup. Air ball's rebounded by Killian. Her shot will airball, tipped out of bounds off Wales. Youngbauer will pass it in down low. Gets it into Sensala. Over to Klatt. Over to Youngbauer. Youngbauer 3. Tipped out. Rebounded by Klatt. She'll put it up. Gets blocked from behind. Rebounded by Killian. She puts it up. Too far. Tipped out. Rebounded by Gurgle. Gurgle's got Nelner up top. She finds her. Nelner all alone. Sensala coming in fast. And Nelner gets it off the glass. Lancers sitting by 5 with 16:10 left. Klatt will pass over to Killian. Back down low to Klatt. She'll drive around, puts it up, off the front of the rim, rebounded by Xemba. Xemba high up the floor to Carstensen. She's got a 1-on-1. Puts it up, and she's fouled from behind. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Carstensen's first. And her second will bounce off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Killian. Pass over to Klatt. Down low to Killian, and she's got it off the glass. Cuts the lead down to 3. Nearly stolen away. Gurgle saves it, and will take it up the floor. Pass over to Carstensen. Down low to Wales. Wales over to Xemba. Xemba down low to Carstensen. She'll drive in. Pass over to Wales. Wales gets blocked from behind, but fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Wales is first. Will fall. Sends lead to 4. And her second will bounce out, tipped, and out of bounds off the Norse. Carstensen will pass it in down low, gets it into Xemba, over to Gurgle. Gurgle out to Nelner, pass tip, she'll get it back. Takes it up top. Drives through, and gonna pass up to Gurgle. Gurgle tries to drive in, makes a move, drives around, pass up to Wales. Wheels over to Nelner. And she is fouled. Score on the varsity game, 71-66. Lancers trailing by 5. Gilmanton ball with 49.1 seconds left. Coburn and Sluggo will enter for Klatt and Sensala. And Nelner will pass it in from the corner. Gets it into Gurgle. Gurgle drives around. Fakes and going to pass over to Nelner. Nelner drives around, gets a screen, bounces out, takes a 3. And she's got it! Nice step back by Nelner. Lancers now up by 7 with 14:54 left. Youngbauer pass over to Sensala. Over to Youngbauer. Into the corner. To Slugga. Back over to Youngbauer. Fakes. Gonna drive in. And pass over to Eden. Pass tipped and picked up by Gurgle. Gurgle up to Wales. Wales over to Gurgle. Gurgle will take it up the floor. Gurgle drives around and going to hand it off to Wales. Wales bounces out. Going to drive in and pass over to Nelner. Nelner down low to Carstensen. She'll drive in, put up a floater, and she's got it. Sends the lead to 9, 34-25 with 14 minutes left. Youngbauer up top. Sends it down low. Sluggo's pass, tipped, and out of bounds off the Lancers. Pass into Killian. Up top to Slugga. Over to Sensala. 3 tipped out, rebounded by Nelner. Nelner up the floor. She'll drive around and pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle up top. Gonna drive in, cut out, and pass over to Xemba. Xemba down low to Nelner. She puts it up. Too low. Tipped out and picked up by Coburn. Tipped around and picked up by Carstensen. She'll drive through. Pass up to Nelner. Nelner gets a screen. Gonna drive around. Pass over to Xemba. She'll drive in, pass down low, pass tipped. And picked up by Sensala. Her pass stolen away by Xemba. Tipped by Carstensen, picked up by Wales. Wales over to Nelner. Nelner up top. She'll set it back up. She'll drive in and pass over to Wales. Wales pass tipped. Picked up by Xemba. Xemba turns around, puts it up, and she's got it. Extends the lead to 11. Slugga drives around, pass tipped around, ball on the floor, and jump ball. That'll go with the Lancers. Carstensen will pass it into Gurgle, and Gurgle will take it up the floor. Gonna drive around. And time out by the Lancers. 36-25, 11-point lead for the Lancers with 12:08 left. Lancers currently leading by 11, 36-25 with 12:08 left. Nelner will pass it into Gurgle. Gurgle will drive in, cut out, Gets a screen, gonna drive around. Pass down low to Xemba. Xemba puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Lancers leading by 13, 38-25 with 12 minutes left. Slugger up top, and offensive foul. Pass on to Carstensen, and she will take it up the floor. She'll drive around all the way in, and pass over Xemba. Xemba jumper. Tipped out. Rebounded, and sent over to Youngbauer. She'll pass high up the floor, too far. Slugger saves it. Tipped out of bounds off Xemba. Norse ball. The boys varsity game just ended. 77-69, final score, Gilmanton wins. Youngbauer up top. Gonna drive in, pass down low, and out of bounds off Nelner. Youngbauer passing down low. Too far for Vastillion, but picked up by Coburn. And jump ball, they'll stay with the Norse. Radical will enter for Wales. And Youngbauer will pass it in down low. Gets it into Coburn. Over to Killian. Killian down low, pass tipped. Out of bounds off Carstensen. Pass into Slugger. She'll drive around. And pass out to Eden. Eden fakes, drives in. Pass down low to Killian. She'll put it up. Tipped out, tipped around, and rebounded by Youngbauer. Her shot tipped out, and Xemba is fouled. The 5th on the Norse. That is the 4th on Youngbauer. She will exit, as will Slugger. And Wales will re-enter for Xemba. Gergel will take up the floor, leading by 13. Gonna drive in, and pass out to Carstensen. Over to Wales. Wales down low to Nelner. Nelner puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Lancer is leading by 15. Platt up the floor. Gonna pass over to Eden. Up top to Killian. Down low. Puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. That's Platt. That's a lead down to 13. Passing to Gergel, and Gergel will take up the floor with 10:30 left. Gergel drives around, makes a move, cuts inside, and will pass out to Radical. Radical takes a 3. And off the corner of the rim. Rebounded by Gergel. Pass into Carstensen, and she tips it out of bounds. Pass over to Eden. Up top to Killian. Down low to Coburn. Out to Eden. Eden a jumper. Rims out. Rebounded by Killian. She put it up. Too hard off the glass. Rebounded by Wales. Wales handed off to Nelner, and Nelner will take it up the floor. Gonna drive around. And pass up to Gergel. Gergel drives in. And pass over to Wales. Wales fakes. Gonna pass out to Nelner. Nelner drives in. Cuts out. And gonna hand it off to Gergel. Gergel drives in. Puts up a jumper. Air balls. Rebounded by Killian. Pass up to Platt. Down low to Coburn. Tipped it back in. Picked up by Eden. Eden down low. Gets stripped. And it's fouled. Youngbauer will enter for Eden. That was fouls on Carstensen, her 3rd, and Xemba will enter for her. Sensala will pass it into Youngbauer. Sends it over to Coburn. Down low to Clot. She'll pass out to Youngbauer. She'll drive around. All the way in. Puts it up. And bounced out. Rebounded by Xemba. Xemba over to Nelner. Nelner up the floor. Pass over to Wales. Pass tipped. Tipped around and picked up by Coburn. Hand off to Killian up top. She'll drive around. Puts it up. And she's got it off the glass. That's Sensala. Cuts the lead down to 11. Passing to Radical. Radical up to Gurgle. Gurgle up the floor. Gurgle drives around all the way in. And going to pass out to Xemba. Not before she is fouled. The 6th on the Norse. Nelner will pass it in down low. Gets it into Radical. Radical fakes, going to pass it on to Wales. Wales stripped, she'll get it back, and will pass it out to Gurgle. Gurgle cuts in, cuts out, and will pass over to Nelner. Nelner fakes, going to pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle drives in, pass over to Radical, off a foot, and jump ball, Lancer ball. Nelner will pass it in from the corner. Gets it in to Gurgle. Gurgle drives around. All the way in, and going to hand it off to Wales. Wales a 3. And off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Sensala, and she will take it up the floor. Pass over to Youngbauer. Youngbauer a 3. And she's got it! Cuts the lead down to 8. Norse on the comeback. Passing Nelner back over to Gurgle. Gurgle up the floor with 8:10 left. Sends it over to Wales. Wales fakes. Gonna drive around and pass over to Radical. Radical down low to Xemba. Pass tip. She'll get it back. Drive in. Puts it up. And tipped out to running back Xemba herself. She puts it back up and she's got it. Sends the lead back to 10. Pass on to Klatt. She'll send it over to Youngbauer. She'll drive around. Cut out. Fakes a 3. Gonna pass down low to Killian. Jump ball. It'll stay with the Norse. Coburn exits, and Slugga enters. Gurgle will exit as Carstensen enters. Pass on to Killian, and she's got it off the glass. Cuts the lead back down to 8. Nelner will take it up the floor. She'll pass over to Carstensen. Gonna drive around all the way in, puts it up. Too hard off the glass, tipped around and rebounded by Sensala. Pass down low, pass tipped. Out of bounds off the Lancers. Pass into Sensala, puts it up and she is fouled. So that's Klatt. And Klatt will go to line and shoot 2. The 3rd foul on Wales. Her first will bounce around and out. Eden enters for Killian. Nope. Sensala. And Klatt's second. Will bounce out as well. Jump ball, that'll go with the Lancers. One-man press, pass it to Nelner. Nelner over to Carstensen. Carstensen will take it up the floor. 7 minutes left and an 8-point lead. Pass to Xemba. Xemba over to Wales. Pass tipped and stolen away. Coburn up the floor. Pass over, stolen away by Xemba. Xemba will take it up the floor. Pass high up to Radical. Radical's got a one-on-one and stolen away by Youngbauer. She'll take it up the floor all the way up. And is fouled by Carstensen, her 4th. Youngbauer will go to the line and shoot 2. Her first. Will rim out. Gurgle will enter for Carstensen, and Coburn will enter for Killian. And Avery will shoot her second. Rims out, tipped around, and rebounded by Wales. She'll pass up to Radical. Radical takes up the floor, cuts out. And a timeout by the Lancers. 8-point lead for the Lancers, 42-34 with 6:23 left. Milner will pass it in from the corner, leading by 8 with 6:23 left. Gets it in to Gurgle. She'll drive around. And pass to Little Wales. Wales puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Lancers back up by 10. Slugga drives all the way in, puts it up, too hard off the glass, rebounded by Radical. Radical over to Gurgle, Gurgle up the floor. Pass over to Xemba. Xemba now to Nelner. Nelner puts it up. Hits the ball on the backboard. Puts it up again. She's fouled off the court of the backboard. She will go to the line and shoot 2. Nelner's first. Will fall. Nelner second. Will fall as well. Extends the lead to 12. Cloud up top. Sends it over to Youngbauer. Fakes a 3. Gonna drive in, cut out, drive back in, puts it up. And too hard off the glass, rebounded by Xemba. Xemba stripped, she'll get it back, strip again, and picked up by Wales. Up to Xemba, Xemba up the floor, she got Radical, gets it over to her, she puts it up, and she's got it off the glass. Nice find by Xemba, nice finish by Radical. Lancers up by 14 with 5:20 left. Slugga up top. Sends it over to Klatt. She'll fake, drive in. Gets stuck, gonna pass out to Eden. Eden fakes. Gonna pass over to Slugga. Scanning. Gonna drive around. Drive all the way in, puts it up. She's fouled in 1. She will go to the line and shoot 1. Chance cut the lead down to 11. Killian will enter for Coburn. And Slugga will shoot her first and only. Tips out, rebounded by Xemba. Xemba up to Wales. Wales will take it up the floor, has Radical down low, finds her, she puts it up, and too hard. Rebounded by Bastillion. Pass up to Youngbauer. She'll drive in, cut out, makes a move, drives inside, puts it up, and air balls. Rebounded by Gurgle. And she is fouled and will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Slugga exits and Sensala enters. Gurgle at the line, shooting her first, could be her only. And that'll fall. She'll go to the line for her second. And it'll fall as well. Lancers now up by 14. Pass it into Sensala, and she will take it up the floor. Drives around. All the way in. Puts it up. Too hard off the glass. Rebounded by Vasilian. She'll put it up, and she's got it off the glass. Lead down to 12. Gurgle up the floor. She'll drive all the way in. Drive around. Cut out. Loses it. She'll get it back. Pass up to Wales. 2-4. Wales cannot save it. Sold away. Youngbauer all alone. Puts it up. Too hard off the glass. Gets it back. She puts it up again. And this time she's got it. Cuts the lead down to 10. Gurgle pass it to Wales. Wales back to Gurgle. Gurgle up the floor. Gurgle up top. Sends it over to Wales. Fakes to Gurgle. Gonna pass over to Radical. Radical fakes. Gonna drive around. And pass over to Gurgle. Over to Radical. Radical fakes. Gonna pass over to Xemba. Xemba jumper. Air balls rebounded by Wales. Sold away and jump ball. That'll go with the Norse. And a timeout by the Lancers. Lancers up by 10 with 3:40 left. Norse ball when we return. Pass on to Youngbauer, and she will take it to the floor, trailing by 10 with 3:40 left. Gonna pass over to Klatt. She'll drive around all the way in, get stripped, she'll get it back, and send it over to Youngbauer. She'll pass out to Eden. Down low to Klatt. She'll try to drive in, puts it up, too low. Rebounded by Vastillion. Sorry, Killian. Tipped around, ball on the floor, jump ball, that'll stay with the Norse. Eden will exit, and Slugga will enter. And Youngbauer will pass it in down low. An Opus Lancer ball. Nelner will pass it in, pressed by the Norse. Over to Carstensen. She'll take it up the floor. Guarded closely. She'll drive around, pass down low to Xemba. Xemba out to Radical, tipped out of bounds. Nelner will pass it in down low. Sends it out to Xemba. Xemba down low to Radical. Radical puts it up. Too low. Rebounded and sent up to Sansala. Down low. And it's blocked by Kazemba. But a foul. Sansala off the line. Shooting 2. Chance got the lead down to 8. Her first. Will bounce out. And her second. Will bounce it as well. Tipped around. And that'll be Lancer ball. Lancer is still up by 10 with 2:50 left. Pass on to Carstensen. She'll drive around. All the way in. And pass over to Wales. She loses it. Stolen away. It's Killian. She gets stripped. Picked up by Slugga. She'll pass out to Youngbauer. Youngbauer 3. A big one. Gonna bounce out. Tipped around. Rebounded. Pass out to Youngbauer. Sorry, Slugga. Jump ball, and that'll stay with the Norse. Sansala will pass it in down from the corner to Klatt. She'll get the screen. And illegal screen. Kazemba will pass it in from the corner to Carstensen. Carstensen up the floor. Pass over to Radical. Down low to Carstensen. Nice find. She puts it up. And she'll finish as well. Nice find by Radical. Nice finish by Carstensen. Lancers up by 12. 52-40 with 2:15 left. Slugga up top. Pass fakes down low. Gonna send it out to Klatt. She'll drive in. Has a hole. Puts it up. And a travel. Nope, carry. Gula will enter for Klatt, and Kazemba will pass it in down low. Gets it in, oh, way up to Radical. Radical takes up the floor. Sends it over to Carstensen. She'll drive in, put up a jumper. Bounces around and out, tipped, and picked up by Kazemba. Kazemba out to Nelner. Nelner fakes, drives around, picks a 3, gonna pass over to Carstensen. Down low, Kazemba. Kazemba jumper. Airballs again. Slug up the floor. High to Sansala. A jumper. Too hard off the glass. Rebounded by Radical. Radical up to Carstensen. Carstensen's got a 2-on-1. She's going to slow it down. She'll cut out. And pass over to Wales. Wales down low to Carstensen. Carstensen a jumper. Going to bounce out. And foul on Radical. Slugga up top, trailing by 12. Gonna pass over to Sansala. She'll drive around. Get stuck. Gonna pass up to Slugga. Take a 3. Gonna bounce out. Tipped around and rebounded by Radical. Radical up to Gurgle. Gurgle will slow it down. And take it up the floor with a minute left, leading by 12. Makes a move. Gets stuck. Gonna pass over to Nelner. Nelner drives around. Pass over to Wales. Wales on low to Radical. Radical up to Wales. Wales out to Gurgle. 45 seconds left. She'll pass over to Nelner. Gets the screen, gonna drive all the way in. And pass on low to Kazemba. Kazemba out to Radical. Radical thinks about 3, so take it. Gonna pass over to Gurgle. Gurgle over to Wales. Wales out to Gurgle. Hand off to Kazemba. Kazemba all the way over to Wales. Gonna pass out to Radical. Radical takes another 3, gets blocked from behind. Out of bounds, Lancer ball with 17.2 seconds left. Carstensen will enter for Kazemba. And Nelner will pass it in down low, leading by 12 with 17.2 seconds left. Gets it into Carstensen. She'll pass up to Gurgle. 13 seconds left. Going to drive around and pass over to Radical. Radical down low to Gurgle. Pass tipped and stolen by Killian. 7 seconds left. Pass over, tipped around and rebounded by Carstensen. 3 seconds left. And that'll be it. Lancers, in their final regular season game, take a 12-point lead over the Whitehall Norse, 52-40. On Monday, the boys C Team, JV, and Varsity will all be playing at home against Mondovi. Tuesday will be the girls' first tournament game against Owen Winthy. That'll also be at home at 7. And then Thursday, the boys' final regular season game at home, also senior night, against Lincoln. That'll also be C Team, JV, and Varsity. If the girls win their first tournament game, they'll be playing Friday either at home if McDonald loses or away if McDonald wins. Hope you enjoyed the game and have a great night.